Greetings! In today's increasingly remote work landscape, the dynamics of team collaboration have shifted dramatically. While offering unparalleled flexibility and access to global talent, the virtual office also presents unique challenges, particularly when it comes to resolving misunderstandings or friction within your team. Does the thought of navigating these delicate situations without the benefit of in person communication fill you with stress? This is a common pain point. The added complexity of deciphering unspoken cues and intentions from behind a screen can lead to anxiety, unresolved issues, and ultimately a breakdown in team cohesion. The reality of remote conflict, a silent threat to productivity and morale. The absence of body language, facial expressions, and vocal tone in written communications, be it chat messages, emails, or project comments, creates fertile ground for misinterpretation. What might be a simple, straightforward instruction can be perceived as abrupt or demanding. A casual suggestion can be read as a criticism. These small misunderstandings, if left unaddressed, do not simply fade away in a remote setting. Instead, they can fester and grow, creating an undercurrent of resentment and distrust. The temptation to avoid these uncomfortable conversations is strong, yet, succumbing to it is a dangerous path. Ignoring conflicts leads to a toxic work environment where team members feel unheard and undervalued. This, in turn, directly impacts morale, erodes trust, and inevitably leads to decreased productivity as energy is diverted from collaborative efforts to internal friction. The mindful solution: cultivating connection through structured communication and empathy. The mindful solution to remote conflict is not about avoidance, but about proactive engagement and intentionality. It's about recognizing that conflict is an inherent part of human interaction. And with the right approach, it can even be a catalyst for stronger team bonds. This mindful approach hinges on two critical pillars: using structured communication methods to restore the nuance often lost in digital interactions, and leading with empathy to genuinely understand different perspectives, paving the way for collaborative and sustainable resolutions. And you can do so with these mindful practical steps. Mindful practical step one: default to video for difficult conversations. Never attempt to resolve a significant conflict over text or email. These mediums, while efficient for conveying information, are woefully inadequate for addressing emotionally charged situations. They strip away the essential human elements that allow for true understanding and connection. When a misunderstanding arises, or when you sense friction building, your immediate default should be to schedule a video call. This simple shift reintroduces body language, facial expressions, and vocal tone, which collectively convey over 90% of a message's meaning. When initiating the video call, set a positive and collaborative tone from the outset. Begin by clearly stating your positive intention. I value your work. Messed that up. I value your working relationship, and I want to make sure we're on the same page about X. Or, my goal for this conversation is to understand your perspective better so we can find a constructive way forward regarding Y. This immediately signals that your aim is not to assign blame, but to find a resolution that benefits everyone and strengthens the team. Which leads to mindful practical step two: practice what I heard reflections, i.e., active listening. During the conversation, resist the urge to immediately defend your position or offer solutions. Instead, prioritize active listening. A powerful technique for demonstrating this is practicing. I messed that up. Wait, let me see. A powerful technique for demonstrating this is practicing what I heard reflections, also known as paraphrasing. After the other person has expressed their thoughts and feelings, paraphrase what you believe they have communicated back to them in your own words. For example, so what I'm hearing is that you felt frustrated when Y happened because it impacted your ability to meet the deadline. Is that right? Or it sounds like you're concerned about the allocation of resources for Project Z, and you feel that it's putting undue pressure on your team. Did I capture that accurately? This practice serves multiple crucial purposes. A, it ensures understanding. It confirms that you have accurately received and interpreted their message, preventing further misunderstandings. B, it validates feelings. It shows the other person that you are truly listening and making an effort to understand their perspective, even if you don't fully agree. This validation is key to de escalating emotions and building trust. And finally, C, it focuses on the right problem. By clarifying their concerns, you ensure that you are addressing the actual root cause of the conflict rather than assuming or tackling a symptom, which leads to embracing direct and compassionate communication. Conflict as an opportunity. Embracing direct and compassionate communication means fundamentally shifting your perspective on conflict rather than viewing it as a threat to team harmony or something to be avoided at all costs. See it as an invaluable opportunity to strengthen the team. Every conflict, when handled mindfully, presents a chance to deepen understanding, clarify expectations, and refine processes. By addressing issues with compassion, approaching the conversation with genuine empathy and a desire to understand, and with clarity, using precise language and structured communication, you build a culture of trust and psychological safety. In such an environment, everyone feels heard, valued, valued, and safe enough to voice concerns without fear of retribution. This not only resolves immediate conflicts, but also fosters a resilient team that can navigate future challenges with greater ease and cohesion. So, in closing, your role in a mindful virtual workplace. As a leader or team member in a remote environment, your approach to conflict resolution is paramount. So, what mindful approach will you commit to bringing to your next team misunderstanding? Will you default to video, practice active listening, or lead with empathy, or perhaps all three? Leave your approach in the comments below. And for more insights on cultivating mindful leadership and fostering a thriving remote team culture, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more from the Mindful Internetpreneur. Thank you for watching. Stay mindful.